Rojesh ji, separate
Yeah.
administration?
So, no, I would actually I actually agree some of the points about the victims of both innocent life, both Cookies and Maitai's innocent life have been lost. We share the same kind of pain, whether it's be a Cookie or Maitai, because even in Imphal, in the Maitai dominated area, many of the families have been driven out. So I feel the pain of that. Even in Chorchampur also, many Kuki would have actually felt that about against the driven out all the Maitai villages. But point is that even on 18 April, there was a big festival of Thadou tribe, Hun tribe, Hun festival, and the chief minister was the chief guest of the program. And before this May incident, the chief minister was the best chief minister in one sense for the Kukis and Nagas also, because in most of these community programs, chief minister was invited, and on that day, chief minister categorically said that the poppy plantation war is not against any other particular community, but this is to save the future of all the communities. So he has not categorically attacked any community as far as the report is concerned. It was reported in India Today and even in the local publication. What the minister has said on 18 April was already reported, and he was not targeting any community. Rather, he appealed to all the community, including the Kuki chief, to actually support the war against drug. So let me clear point is that war against drug is not war against the community or war against the Kuki. That is the point. Another point is that, as far as the point is concerned, that in Sugnu, like the Sugnu was an unaffected area of the violence, but even in the community, the Kuki and the Maitai family, their chiefs, they have agreement, and then they have actually discussed that they would not attack each other, even though it was affecting Chorchampur. But unfortunately, on the night of 28 May, the Kuki militant with arm and ammunition, they came and attacked in 2 villages. Okay? And again, on that day, they also attacked at the night, always at the night in the village of this one in Shekmai area, and also in many periphery area. My point is that, yes, the community, we will talk each other, but there are some vested interests, they don't want to talk. But who will control them? The government, the security forces, the home minister has to control them. My point is that those people, I'm not only talking about suspension of operation. If the suspension of the militant, Kuki militant who engaged with the suspension operation are not involved, then who are they taking up arms and coming attacking the community? Then who will control them? This has to be answered. If those militants who are with the suspension of operation are not involved, then there are some people who involved with AK-47 rifles and attacking the villages. Then who will control them? This is the role and the responsibility of the central government to control them. If some militant, unidentified militant are attacking the village, then it is not the villagers will defend themselves. That is why the Maitai villagers, they are so vulnerable, and now they are arming themselves because let me tell you what, the Maitai never take up arms to defend themselves.
But Rojesh ji, if civil society arm themselves, where will it end? Kuki is armed, Naga is armed, Meiti is armed. If everyone is armed, there will be a civil war.
No, in that context, let me clarify one. Like, even in the Maitai society, Maitai never armed themselves for defending themselves. It never happened in the history. Yes, there are insurgents organizations. They are 50 years of war. They are against the state. They actually the conflict with the state, but they have never conflict with any community. But when they are convinced that other side are completely armed, then they did not have arms. That is why they have actually gone to the police station and taken arms. My point is that if the state security forces are protecting the villagers, why should they take up arms? Why should they arm themselves? My point is that this is not the job of the villagers to defend themselves. It is the job of the central government and the state government to protect the life of both Kukis and Maitai. I am talking for both the communities. I am not talking for Maitai. I am talking for both the communities, but the state government and central government have failed to restore peace. But in those areas, Assam Rifles are actually operating in the last 20, 30 years. But if they are actually accused as complicit to other group, then who will control the situation?
No, the question
If
is, question
the
is in
question-
Dr. Rojesh, who
another
will
question
control the
is-
situation? My question is that everyone who gets armed, and I would like Madam Guete to come to it later, but Brijesh, everyone gets armed, then how will the situation be controlled? Administration has melted away. Everyone has taken the arms. I think there should be inquiry how these arms were allowed to be given away to various
No, that
communities.
is what, no,
Well, you
How
know,
did
let me
these arms
allow-
go?
let-
Where did these
let me
arms
allow-
go? Were they given away?
Well, you know, there was a report by Indian Express, you know, which said that, you know, instead of the word looted, the fact is that there were officers who confirmed that those arms and ammunitions were literally given away to one side of the fence. And, you know, you can say that, you know, whether X situation will lead to civil war or not. The fact is that, you know, when there is an imminent danger to your life, then what do? You do go for arming. I think, you know, the question lies, I agree with what Madam says, and Dr. Rojesh said that, you know, that innocents are the one who always bear the brunt of any kind of violence. And it is not only a violence which is related to Manipur, but I think anywhere, whenever violence takes place, is the innocent who bear the maximum brunt. And other than that, you know, the biggest challenge I think for the government is to ensure and to find out the real culprits. You know, if you are saying that it is the Sioux groups which are behind the culprit, or which are the reason why you know, there is no let up in the firing, then you should come forward and you know, present the case as it is. But it cannot be via insinuation. And the second is that as Dr. Rojesh said, and very aptly said, that, you know, if there is an armed infiltration, then the government must crack down hard on those armed infiltrators. You know, people who are responsible must be brought to book, irrespective of which ethnicity they go to. And until unless that happens, until unless that faith in the government that it will act irrespective of your ethnicity, irrespective of which side of the fence you are, until unless that happens, I don't see any you know, any seizing down or any side buckling. And the fact is that you know, it's a very deep divide now. It's a massive trust deficit which
But you
is
know
on
what
the
is
ground.
even
And
more
Kartikeya,
worrisome is that the administration melted away. Administration melted away in almost all parts. Army has to be called in. When administration melts away, that is when the army comes in.
Well,
when the civil administration melts away, the worst thing which can happen is when the armory gets looted or it gets allowed to be looted. Manipur has witnessed worst form of violence which we
see,
witnessed.
more than 4,000 guns, sophisticated guns have been looted away.
It's
and
not a
thousands
joke.
of ammunitions have been.
It's not a joke.
Only 600 or 700 or something in that range has been recovered. So
4,000
large number of guns are
weapons.
out there. Yes.
Imagine 4,000 automatic weapons are out and they are not coming back. They are not coming back. Madam Guite,
It just requires
we can talk till Adam comes. You know, we can talk till Adam comes, but till the weapon comes back, there can be no peace because civil society has armed itself.
Completely agree with you.
So shouldn't there be
And
some
what
sort
is
of
the
a
state
there,
doing?
yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
What is the state doing then? See, it's everything is conniving, right? Under the knowledge of the state government. Where are the arms and ammunitions goes?